Hello. I am going to epoxy this cup. I'm just going to show you how I mix my epoxy. I use Amazing Clear Cast from Illuminite. And my basic thing that I do that keeps this cup, my epoxy, nice and clear is I measure with my syringes and I keep my epoxy warm. I use a candle wax warmer, and it really keeps the epoxy warm. I just put my little cup on there. But one of the basic things about this is that you want to make sure that you keep your measurements correctly and exact. If the measurement is not exact, it will not mix right. So that's one of the major things to do and keep it correctly mixed. And also, you want to make sure you completely mix your epoxy up where it completely mixes together and it's one homogeneous mixture of both parts of epoxy. It's very important to mix it correctly. Another thing that I do, this already has one coat of epoxy. I'm going to put a second coat over it because I'm going to do a marble ink tumbler. So I need to make sure that it's clean right now. So I'm going to use my alcohol and just completely clean it with my 92% alcohol and make sure it's super clean. I washed it with Dawn dish soap, and now I'm going to put a coat of epoxy over the top. You can use gloves to apply the epoxy, or you can also use a silicone brush. I like using both. It doesn't really matter to me. If I have my silicone, these are the silicone brushes. If these are clean, I'll use them. But sometimes if I want it, especially like on something like this that has chunky glitter, you need to kind of have like a thicker coat. These are great if you're going to use a thin coat. If you want to do a thick coat, then you apply it with that. But today I'm using gloves, and I use the vinyl gloves, not the nylon. And you can also use the blue nitrile gloves. The nylon, sometimes they have they seep through, so you don't really want to use that with epoxy because you don't want it touching your skin. I do not have a reaction to epoxy, but a lot of people do. I've been using epoxy for a few years now, and I've never had any reaction to it at all. So it just depends on the person. Some people get really itchy areas where the epoxy touches their skin, and they get their eyes get swollen, a lot of things like that. I've never had that issue. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I have a complete full coat on this one, and then I'm going to put alcohol inks on my next coat of epoxy. It's going to be like a marbly alcohol ink coat. One of the basic things about this is just making sure that measurements are correct, to keep it warm, and make sure that your cup is clean. Everything else, it's going to spin for 8 hours once you put the epoxy on, and it's going to cure. But you want to make sure that it's warm. Like right now, I feel my cup is cold, so I'm going to heat it up with my heat gun. want to heat too much because your heat can go straight into the cup, and if you have a stainless steel cup, it will get hot underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and put the epoxy on now. And I do, like I said earlier, I want my epoxy to be a little thicker since I do have chunky glitter. So I'm not going to worry about pushing it away too much from certain spots, especially where the chunkier glitter is. I want a thicker coat. And I do just want to make sure that my coat is smooth, and then I will, that way I can go, the next step is dropping alcohol inks. I will do a coat of epoxy, fresh epoxy, and drop alcohol inks on it. This is really a simple quick process. You just put it on and let it spin. After 10 minutes, I come back and I hit it with my heat gun just to blow bubbles off of it. The bubbles do pop with the heat, and that's the reason you do that. And keeping it warm keeps the bubbles from forming also. You might see some micro bubbles once you've mixed it and you're ready to put it on, but don't worry about that, because after you do your 10 minutes of spinning, you come back and you put a coat of epoxy. When you come back after 10 minutes of spinning your epoxy, and you will hit it with the heat gun, and your bubbles will go away. So really, this is pretty simple process. Just get the epoxy on. This cup is going to be just super gorgeous once it's done. But thanks for watching. That's all I'm going to do today. Just wanted to do a quick video to have it on file.